Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Hope you guys are having a good day today. It's a beautiful day out there today on Tuesday, August 29th, and I hope you guys are. Thank you for tuning in for listening to us during your lunch hour, or if you're watching it on any of the other social media pages, the Tony Ocean Show Facebook page, the Mo Carrara Facebook page, LinkedIn. We're on YouTube, Ocean's Pit Facebook page, and on Twitter, which is now X. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show, folks. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, and we want to especially also thank every single one of you that come out and take the time to watch the show and support little shows like this and local talent. That's what I'm always saying, to support local talent, and that's what it's about. So thank you guys for tuning in. Let's get right to our sponsors, folks. It's a beautiful Tuesday, and we want to make sure that we got these sponsors right there. Make sure we get to say hello to our good friends from Ace Hardware. That's right, Ace, Norwich, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, or Warrenville. Buy local, shop local, and folks, they got some great things happening now for the Labor Day weekend. Now, these promos last through September 11th. Now, listen to it right here, folks. Buy a $50 Ace gift card and receive $10 bonus gift card for free. 30-gallon lawn and leaf bags are 2 for $5. Prepare your lawn for fall. Ace Fall Lawn. Need 31-pound bags is only $12.99. Full mums are arriving at our stores the first week of September. Flowers are there. Check out unique selection of fall and Halloween decor at Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. And don't forget them still. Grill your Ace off and get $20 off any new grill purchase, folks. A lot more things coming up with our good friends from Ace Hardware. We'll give you some more deals at the end of the hour. Ace is the place, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Let's not forget our good friends from Gorelli Pavement Service, folks. You gotta love our good friends from Gorelli. Another company that's buy local, shop local, and that's what it's about, from our good buddies from Ace Hardware. That's right, everybody. Ace, our good friends from Gorelli Pavement Service. I'm getting all flustered here. Okay. Our good buddies from Ace. Gorelli knows the curb appeal for your home and business, largely affected by your concrete and asphalt. Gorelli's here to help you keep your asphalt looking brand new with proper maintenance, which includes seal coating, crack filling, or patching. Gorelli Pavement also does driveways. They service Illinois, Wisconsin, and Indiana. Call Laura or Barb for a free estimate. 815-271-5835. That's 815-271-5835. That's Gorelli Pavement Service. Tell them Tony O sent you. And let's not forget our good friends from Chicago Doors Ltd., specializing in residential and commercial exterior and interior doors, residential garage, and garage door openers. Chicago Doors Limited has been serving Chicagoland suburbs for over 40 years. They buy direct from the manufacturers. They deliver the highest quality products at the lowest possible price. Call Alan for a free estimate at 847-641-8552. That's Chicago Doors Limited, folks. Senior discounts. Email them. You can email chicagodoors01@gmail.com. Ah, boy, it's a beautiful Tuesday, folks, and you're out running some errands, doing what you're doing, and we really do appreciate you guys tuning in for a little lunchtime fun news. And that's what we're trying to do, folks. Give a little fun for you guys. October is not far away, folks. We're already into September pretty soon, starting in the next couple days. So October 7th, I'm very proud to announce the Hardcore Italians, one of our favorite groups that we belong to, and we support the Hardcore Italians and the Italian Sports Hall of Fame, bring you the Columbus Day Bocce Ball Tournament. That's going to happen Saturday, October 7th at 8 a.m. It's going to be at the Casa Italiana in Stone Park. There's going to be food. There's going to be games, of course, music, and a motorcycle show and car show. Now, the good thing about it, folks, I'm not performing at it this year. I'm actually playing Bocce with my team, the Oceanettes, with Joey Spins, Danny Mazzi from Armando Supermarkets, and of course my good friends Jimmy Marchese from River Cafe. If you're interested to join us at the Columbus Day Bocce Ball Tournament, please go to eventbrite.com and they will give you, you can get your tickets. Join us. We'll have a little fun with that. And let's not forget Chicago Music Cruise 2024, January 7th to January 14th, 7-night Eastern Caribbean cruise, Royal Caribbean's Wonders of the Seas. Folks, starting off in Florida, Coco Key, Bahamas, St. Martin, and St. Thomas. It's going to be a lot of fun with Tony Ocean, the main event band, Mojo's Jukebox, and of course the world-renowned Seventh Heaven. Go to Mary at ntdvacations.com. Sign up. Not that many rooms left for the Chicago Music Cruise. A lot of good stuff happening, folks. So that's great. Let's see who's watching today. Danny Mazzi, Oceanettes till death. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate it very much. And speaking of my friend Danny Mazzi, my brother from Armando Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois. Buy local and shop local. Let's not forget Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair. For all your collision auto repair needs, go to crashchampions.com. Thank you, Michael and Gigi, for that as well. We love supporting local establishments. Like we always say, buy local, shop local. Stella, hi stranger, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Johnny G, Tony Toto, it's great seeing some familiar faces. Dennis from Lake Geneva. Albert, how you guys doing? Vince Amore, Angela, welcome. Nina, Danny Ramundi, Jim Kirschlager. Jim, hope to see you this Sunday at Thirsty Parrot in Lake Geneva, folks. We got a busy week coming up. Two festivals. We're going to start off this Wednesday, which is August 30th. We'll be going back to one of our favorite places. That's Rosario's in Roselle. Now, that's a 7 o'clock hit with Double T Tony Toto. On this Thursday, going back to my old hometown of Elmwood Park, me and Jerry Jams will be at Donnie G's in Elmwood Park, right off of North Avenue. That's a 7 o'clock hit as well. Now, Friday, folks, you're into the festivals. And this is one of the best too, Taste of Melrose Park. It's going to happen this Friday, September 1st. 2 for the price of 1. 7 o'clock to 9 is going to be the Great Oceans Rat Pack. Bill Saratella, Elliot Winbush, yours truly, Jerry Jams, and Tony Toto. And then at 9:15 to 10:30, same place, same stage, it's going to be the Tony Ocean Band, of course, with Tony Toto and Danny Ramundi joining us this Friday. So come on out for some great food. And we'll be right by the food tent and the liquor tent. So we're in the best spot there, so you don't have to leave. Food's right there, great drinks. Even Ryan will be there selling his chicken barbecue sticks. So it's going to be a lot of fun for the Taste of Melrose for Labor Day weekend. Following that, September 2nd, Saturday, folks, will be coming to near my hometown of Septemberfest. It's been about 8-9 years that I've been doing it. Now we're going to be on a great local stage with the main event band, of course, Tony Toto, Danny Ramundi, Jerry Jams. We're going to have Jeff Dubray and, of course, the incomparable Regina Karma. Special guest, also Grammy Award-winning Irene Michaels will be there singing a couple tunes. So I'm excited about that. Septemberfest, 8 o'clock to 10 in Schaumburg, Illinois. And then the last big one for the season, folks, is the Thirsty Parrot, Lake Como, Lake Geneva area, this Sunday, September 3rd. That's a 3 o'clock hit with Jerry Jams, Tony Toto. And joining us will be Tommy Q from Mojo's Jukebox and a special guest. That's right, my sister, Tanya Carrara, will be singing some songs with us, joining the band for that particular day, Tanya Carrara. So come out to the Thirsty Parrot. And also we're going to be celebrating Denise Deanna's birthday. The Lipschitz will be there celebrating Denise's big birthday. So we're excited for that this Sunday, folks. So a lot of good stuff happening. And I'm just glad that you guys are. Kathy Apolito, how you doing? Dave, Taco Tuesday. Yes, buddy, today at Cousins at 4 o'clock. I will see you there. Mary, anybody else watching? Rosemary and Seymour. Great seeing you guys Saturday night at Taverna. Seymour's looking great, and I wish him more and more great health to our good friends Rosemary and Seymour. David, our Professor Arminstad, Daryl, the professor. You got to go see Daryl if you haven't seen him and Sonia. I'm going to give Sonia on the show. Haven't had her. I had Daryl on the show a few times. But Sonia does a great Whitney Houston thing she's doing now. And now Daryl Armenstad, the professor, is doing a Lionel Richie night. I think it's coming up this weekend, if I'm correct, at the Chef Shangri-La in North Riverside. So now I know that when we're going to have Daryl, when he plays with the Main Event Band, he's going to be singing some Lionel Richie as well. So make sure you go out and support all these great entertainers in the Chicagoland. Terry, I hope you're doing well. Hawking down. Okay, now Terry, I don't know, are you still in Arizona or Florida? I'm not sure where you're at. I think you're in Florida, Terry. I did not know that there's going to be a hurricane. So there's a hurricane heading, and Terry, I hope you guys are okay and everybody's going to be safe out there. And prayers to with the hurricane. Just horrible everything that are happening with hurricanes and wildfires. It's just crazy, Terry. I hope you and the family are doing well. Dick Saylor, how long from the American Fest in Evanston? Okay, there you go. Say it again with Dick Say It. Patrick Haig, long time. Joanne, I hope you're doing well. Ronnie B, I hope you're doing well. Richard Hamlin. Larry, what's up, my brother? And Jeanette, Oceans Pit, Monday through Friday. Okay, folks, 12 o'clock noon. And a special guest coming this Friday. The world-renowned, the great legend himself, Tom Dreesen, will be my guest again this Friday. September 1st will be on Oceans Pit. Tom's got a big show coming up in Lake Forest on the 17th of September, doing a matinee show. Plus, he's going to be talking about some stories about Tony Bennett, because Tom Dreesen worked with Tony Bennett. So he's going to give us some insight on some Tony Bennett stories that maybe we never heard. Tom Dreesen, great Chicagoland entertainer, comic from Harvey, Illinois, folks, was Frank Sinatra's opening act for many years. And I'm proud to have Tom Dreesen back on the show again this Friday. Spread the word, the great Tom Dreesen this Friday. Oceans Pit, 12 o'clock noon. All right, so let's see. And yesterday, folks, we went fishing, tried to go fishing. We went fishing. I think it's 3 Points Recreational Center in Crystal Lake. Beautiful place. We were thinking of getting the boat and going fishing, me and my buddy Carlo. And we went live yesterday. And but when we got there, we didn't call ahead like we should have to see if they still rented the boats. But because school is back, now they only rent the boats on Saturdays and Sundays. So we had to fish off the pier and try to find that. We got me a couple bluegills. That's it. And it was kind of hot, so I got a little sun. It was very hot. That's probably another reason why we didn't catch anything, but did catch a couple bluegill. But we gotta keep trying. Sometimes a day of fishing, even if sometimes we don't catch anything, it's just fun to do it, especially when with the right people and good friends like my good buddy Carlo Joseph. So that was a lot of fun yesterday. We just want to be able to catch fish, folks. All right, folks, let's remember now, I just lost another great entertainer, Bernie Marson, a British guitar player, used to be in a band called Whitesnake, and he played on the song Here I Go Again. You know, here I go again. You don't know where I'm going. Yeah, he played guitar. He died at the age of 72 years old. Folks, we're talking about the Chicago White Sox. Of course, they fired Kenny Williams, the general manager. They fired everybody. They're cleaning house. Looks like Getz might be the new general manager. But so your Tony La Russa fans, folks, the White Sox is going to be bringing back Tony La Russa as a consultant, as a special counsel to help. So Tony will be back with the Chicago White Sox, folks. And like I said, Thursday, I had the privilege to be talking to Ozzie Guillen Jr., and he was on the show. I mean, he was at our show at Benuti's in Addison, and I asked him, is the White Sox going to be moving? They're talking about it, folks. I mean, there's been a couple, Soldiers Field. They've been saying Arlington Heights. They're saying Nashville. According to Ozzie Guillen Jr., they're not going to move. But you never know. You know, we don't know what they're going to do. And still horrible what happened this past weekend with the gunshots at Sox Park, folks. People were saying that it came from outside the stadium, and then a lot of people still swear it came from inside the stadium. So the question is, if it was from inside the stadium, how did they get a gun inside the stadium? You guys know when you go through, they scan you with the metal detectors to make sure that no one's carrying anything. Could have been an employee, I don't know, but a horrible event. They had to cancel the rap concert afterwards by Vanilla Ice. So we don't know exactly everything. I'm sure we'll find out more information on that at Sox Park. But Getz is going to probably be the new general manager and to try to rebuild the Chicago White Sox. Get rid of the owners too, Albert. Yes, I do agree with you, buddy. A plastic gun, Nashville doesn't want them. There you go. Johnny G. Go see my buddy Johnny. Guarini, folks, great entertainers, got 3 or 4 different acts, and I still got to get to do a show with me and Johnny and Crystal, maybe before the end of the year, or definitely in the new year, because I'd love to work with Johnny. Not to cause any chaos. They didn't stop the game. Oh, good point there, Albert. You know, they stopped. They canceled the concert afterwards, but they didn't stop the game after a gunshot. I find that very disheartening. Bad news. They should have stopped the game right then and there. That should have stopped the game, and they did not. And that's something that really kind of bothers me. And I think it bothers a lot of Chicago White Sox fans for their safety, for their protection. It was mentioned on the news. Thank you, Albert, from the Ron Onesti organization. I don't know. It's just very crazy there, folks. Really is. I just found this out too. Well, I think this is something that Fox News said. You know, with the extreme heat that we've had in the past month, mechanics are warning people of cars. Are saying some of these car issues that people have been having lately are happening because of the extreme heat. Um, I'm sure there's some reasons for that that's happening. That's what they're warning um, people that increasing the auto issues because of the heat, according to Fox News, folks. Boy, and speaking of cars, Chicago, the Windy City, our city, is suing the automakers of Kia and Hyundai for not making their cars unstealable. Have you heard this, folks? This is true news, folks. Chicago is suing the automakers of Kia and Hyundai because their cars are so easy to break into. Um, I didn't know. I'm not a car thief. I couldn't tell you, but they're making because their cars are. Uh, what about the thieves? Let's stop the thieves from robbing. And what are you going to make armored cars? Um, Crazy, crazy things here, folks. But that's what Chicago is doing. They're having bring your handgun to the park this Saturday. They'll be giving out bulletproof vests to all 255. Richard Hamlin always comes up with a good one. Crazy talk from the mayor, Robert Provenzano. I hope your son Michael had a good birthday, buddy. And yeah, they need to stop the thieves. And I'm sure the mayor's not helping with some of the stuff that they're saying. Lynn, how you doing? Lynn Steffen, how you doing? Welcome to Ocean's Pit. They weren't sure if it was gunshots or firecrackers at first. Maybe that's why they didn't stop the game. But still, that's still something you at least pause the game, even if you have to hold it for a little bit to find out to make sure that nobody was hurt and if any more damage is going to be happening. So it's something that they need. It's getting worse every minute. How about parent being responsible? There you go. Well, it all starts from the home, Dennis. Remember, there's no bad kids. They don't grow. They're not born bad. They're born in their environment. They're born out the way they're raised. That's what happens with the kids, folks. Buddy, I hope you're doing well. My friend, you're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Tuesday, August 29th. Let's get some sponsors, some more sponsors, folks. Let's say hello to our good friend, Roy McCampbell, attorney at law, statewide law practice that is client-focused and results-driven. Give Roy a call. He's a good lawyer, great price, and really takes care, does the job well. 708-275-4264. Deutsch Power Center, my buddy Sal, servicing the construction and diesel industry in Chicago for the last 100 years. That's Deutsch Power Center, 224-276-6550, everybody. And don't forget my wife's company, Laura Ocean Solutions. While reducing credit card fees, you'll never have to shop again with Laura Ocean Solutions. Folks, and speaking of my wife, Laura, folks, you know, she's usually with me on Thursdays, but because everything is with Mom, she's going to have to take a little hiatus until things get better. So that's why Laura will not be with us these coming Thursdays, but hopefully she'll come back soon. All right. Also, folks, Don Esteban Cigars out of Tarpon Springs, Florida. Call Javier at 727-366-7536. And last but not least, Trico Hair Experts, recreating great hair days. Anthony and Carmela, they're right out of Rosemont, folks, 773-999-7888. Tell them Tony O sent you. You're watching Ocean's Pick, a little show about big things, Monday through Friday at noon, a little lunchtime fun. All right, get back to you people here, folks that are watching. All right, so let's get to some more stories, folks. A couple big other dates coming up. September 6th, next Wednesday, will be a Capri, Osteria Capri in Downers Grove in the Hilton Hotel, me and Jerry Jams. On the 7th, we'll be returning to Zaza's in Lake Barrington with Jeff Dubray. That's Thursday, September 7th. And going back to one of our favorite places in McCook, Illinois, JC Pub on the 13th of September. Going to be a lot of fun. And St. Jude's. You know, we do two St. Jude's benefit a year, one with Nick Hodges in the fall, in the winter. And then we do one, of course, for our good friends, Carl and Paula Doty. It's coming September 17th at the Melrose Park Civic Center for St. Jude. It's going to be a lot of fun. Mike and Tracy, Good Clean Fun, Regina Karma, Stephanie Lemonberger, John Anthony, Ocean's Rat Pack, Nick Hodges, Jerry Jams. It's going to be a lot of fun on Sunday, September 17th. And finally, a solo Dean Martin tribute show. People have been asking me to do this for a long time. Ron Onesti has. And we come up with a date, folks. October 29th, Sunday, at the Des Plaines Theater. It'll be Tony Ocean's tribute to Dean Martin. Backed by the Nick Hodges Band. We're going to have Gold Diggers. We're going to have the Magic Door in the back. Oh, let's go see who's at the door. And doing all the great hits of the great Dean Martin. Oshows.com. Get your tickets Sunday, October 29th. Des Plaines, Ron Onesti, great theater. Kim Peterson LaFew, I hope you're doing well, my friend. Go check out my friend Kim in a band called In Session. She's fantastic. Very good. That's going to be fun. We're going to try to make sure everybody has fun with that, folks. COVID-19? It's not called the COVID-19 anymore, folks. We're calling it election infection. Election infection will be the new name for COVID-19. And the TSA for the flights saying September 1st they're going to start mandating masks. It's not a law. And some people still wear masks to this day. That's up to them. That's their privilege. They can do whatever they want to do. But forcing it on people this time, I think the American people are going to be a little bit more smarter. To put it on a plane, I guess, I don't know. You're in close quarters like that. I don't know if they're gonna do it. You won't be get on the plane. You can't say, "Hell, with I'm not doing it." Maybe you can. I don't know. But it's going to be trying to push it again. It's our choice. Yep, you're like, there you go, John. COVID variant. That's the new one. You heard about it? Yeah, BS 24/7. That's right. BS 24/7 is the new COVID variant, folks. Michelangelo, good afternoon. Beck the Blue, my brother. All right. So a couple other things, folks, here. You know, Halloween's coming. Fall is coming. They have the Halloween. They have the picnic, the pumpkin patches and stuff and the mazes. I didn't realize this is McHenry, according to WGN, in McHenry, Illinois, has the world's largest corn maze. I've tried those mazes. I'm sorry. I'm not good at when I'm walking straight, let alone trying to find my way out of a corn maze would take me days. And they have the biggest one ever in McHenry. Um, Largest one, yeah. Richard, Richard Waller, largest corn maze. It's the 30th anniversary, folks. It's going to start September 9th. 28 acres of the world's largest corn maze. Should be very, very interesting. And I'm claustrophobic. Yeah, there you go, Michael. The more they push their agenda on people, the more it helps Trump. It really does. I mean, all the indictments they're putting on this guy, 91, it's just going to make his numbers keep going up, up, up. And we mentioned it on the show. We know that, folks, whether you're Democrat or Republican, I know people want their guy or girl to win. But what's fair is fair. I mean, back in the day, folks, when these elections come, they would always have their agenda. Democrats and Republicans would always have their agenda. They would always try to fight to get their way. But the difference is before 2020, before this last election, they kind of came up with a mutual agreement to help both sides. And of course, that's not happened in this past election. And I don't think it's going to happen moving forward, folks, no matter who wins. It's just crazy what's going on. And I think people are really snapping out of it. I think people are really trying to realize there's something that's not right here, folks. I didn't see this, folks. Schiller Park, right around the neighborhood. We love Schiller Park, love going there. A man that was charged there, folks, because he assaulted a federal officer during the January 6th Capitol attacks. From Schiller Park, he was charged. Didn't even going to mention his name. It's not worth it. But this is happening. All for what they're doing, stopping him from running, he will prevail. He's going to run anyway. Just my opinion. Who knows? Talk about football, not the actual game, but the NFL. Tony Dungy, folks. He was a coach, I think, for many years for the Baltimore Colts. Very religious man, very smart man. Him and his wife, Lauren, they have fostered over 100 children in their life. It takes good people to do that, folks. It's like when you try to foster dogs. Like today, we were at the Almost Home Foundation for Dogs, and I featured 2 dogs. They got 26 new dogs there. It was fantastic. Check my pages to see the 2 dogs that I highlighted today. AlmostHomeFoundation.org. Please give. Anyway, Tony Dungy and his wife Lauren, a former Baltimore Colts coach, and I think he's still an analyst with ESPN. But they fostered over 100 children, so kudos to them. God bless. And children these days, folks, there's a lot of them out there that don't have parents, that are out in the streets, and they need help in these homes. And it's almost like the Almost Home Foundation for Dogs. They're for kids, too. I'm a foster failure. I adopt them all. There you go. I heard good phrase. The more they indict, the more we unite. Oh, that should be a t-shirt. Michael, just so I don't forget that, I'm going to take a picture of that on my phone. So I have that. There it is. Michelangelo says, the more they indict, the more we unite. And I love that. Herbie Gaines. He coached Indy. There you go. Right. Indiana, the Colts. They used to be Baltimore Colts. Thank you, Herbie. They used to be the Baltimore Colts. Then it became the Indianapolis Colts. Thank you, Herbie. Hope you're doing well, Herbie. You're watching Ocean's Pit, folks. So fostering over 100 children. God bless. Do you see this stuff happening, folks? Oh, first of all, happy 84th anniversary to The Wizard of Oz. How many people did not see The Wizard of Oz? The original one, of course. There will be no remakes. Wicked or any of that, or The Wiz, garbage. It's The Wizard of Oz. 84 years ago, Judy Garland, There's No Place Like Home. See it in color. There was a lot of backstories to that movie. I guess there's one scene, supposedly, if you guys know this already, I heard this on the movie channel, the History Channel, when you see a long shot of Dorothy, the Scarecrow, and they're all skipping down the yellow brick road, and you see a black, shadow swing by the screen. in the movie. Supposedly, what it's in the rumors of Hollywood that one of the co-workers hung himself during the shooting of that film. You might want to look into it yourself more, but interesting stuff that happened. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's the rumor that's going out. Very interesting stuff. Happy 84 years. Poking. Do you remember when Facebook first came out back in whatever it was, 2000 something, and people would poke you? They send you pokes. People are still doing it now? Really? It's childish. It's stupid. It was stupid back then. How many pokes are people still getting? There's people out there still poking on social media. I'm going to ask you guys, anybody that's watching now, have you guys been poked lately? That's not the way I want to get poked. People are still doing this. They're still poking people. I mean, it's crazy. People must have a lot of free time. Free time, folks, to be poking people. I still can't believe it. Reckless Chicago says no poking. Reckless Lisa Marie, I hope that's you. Are you doing well? I'm having a dry spell. Lilia says no, it was funny, but not anymore. Yeah, might have been funny when it first happened, you know. I think people were trying to get your attention by poking, but now they're still doing it. Now you could probably say it's harassment. I haven't been poked in over a year, but then again, I've already have 5 kids, 4 kids. Yeah, okay, there you go, Johnny G. There you go. There you go. That's another word for poke. That's a nice word for poke, right? Uh, that's a good one. So I don't know, people, stop poking people. It's not funny anymore. It's annoying if people are poking. How about this great news? This is very cool, man. Hannah Pearson. She's a school teacher. Robeson County, North Carolina. 19 years old. She's a school teacher. She got her degree, got her stuff at 19 years old. Very, very cool. Hannah Pearson, kudos for her for getting to teach you their young in age. You know what? I noticed also everybody's younger, and it happens as we get older. What scares me sometimes, though, and maybe it's not, maybe it's a good thing. When you walk into a doctor's office or a new doctor that you don't know, or your doctor quit or retired, never told you when you show up to an appointment. When these guys walk in, these guys or girls that walk in and they look so young, it's like, hamana. You're going to do the operation on me? You know? And my father said never use an Italian doctor because they never went to school. They never studied. So don't use an Italian doctor. Oh, my God. But a school teacher, 19 years old, North Carolina. God bless. Kudos for that. It's me poking seems to be back in faction. It's I don't know. Freddie in peace, the great Freddie Glickson of the Flocks. Oh, okay. Did not know that. Tony Bisek, how you doing, buddy? Rest in peace, Freddie. God bless you. There's a gentleman here from San Diego, a frequent flyer, mild car carrier. He's reported already $30,000 worth of his stuff has been stolen from his luggage. This got to be happening all the time. But this guy said up to $30,000 worth of merchandise have been stolen from his luggage. And he's a frequent flyer from San Diego, according to NBC. I don't know. First of all, I've been very fortunate that my luggage has never been missing. You know, sometimes when you travel and you get to your location, they can't find your luggage. Knock on wood, that hasn't happened to me yet. They only took a couple things away from me. Being a cigar smoker, I had a cigar cutter and one of those really nice lighters. They went through my bag and they took it. That they did do because you can't bring it on the plane. So You need to put that stuff maybe in your stuff that you check on, or put it. I don't know how you do that, but this was a nice cigar lighter, and they did take that. That's the best. That's the most that's ever happened to me. But every time I can even ask my wife Laura. Every time I fly, I'm always getting scanned. I don't know what it is. Always. I mean, first you're taking everything out of your pockets, but still, when I get there, after I do, I go through and then you go up with your hands up and you walk through. Still, after that, they still got to put me in. They still got to do the extra thing, the skin thing to make sure you. Every time I fly, every time I fly, I don't know. Maybe I'm on a list. I don't know. That happens to me. Does that happen to you? I don't know. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. We got some birthdays, folks. Actor Chris Potter turned 63 years old. Neil Murphy was one of the bass players in the band Whitesnake, celebrates a birthday today. Macaulay Culkin, 42 years old, Home Alone, 42 years old. Aaron Paul, 44 years old today. Blake Lively turns 36 years old. Movie director Tim Burton turns 65 years old. From the Canadian band Rush, Alex Lifeson celebrates a birthday. Hal Smith, you might not recognize the name, his real name, but you recognize his stage name when he played in the TV show Andy Griffith, when he was the town drunk Otis. That's right. Lock him up. Remember, he'd get his own keys and lock himself up himself. Hal Smith celebrating a birthday. The late, great Stevie Ray Vaughan. Of course, horrible helicopter crash. I think it was at Alpine Valley many, many years ago. Stevie Ray Vaughan. Pee Wee Herman celebrates a birthday. We just lost Pee Wee. The great Mother Teresa celebrating a birthday, folks. And David Koechner, if I'm pronouncing it right, he was in the movie The Anchorman. He was also in the TV show The Office. Turns 61 years old today. Marion, hope you're doing. Erica, hope you're doing well. Let's go to the board over here, folks, and let's see some other things that these stuff was sent in while the show is live. Okay? Here you go. Actually, Tony Bisek posted this 6 hours ago. When I was a kid, when we played Spin the Bottle, if they didn't want to kiss you, they'd have to give you a quarter. By the time I was 12, I owned my own home. Tony Bisek, always coming up with some good ones, buddy. Love that one. Anthony Melchiotti saying this one. I hope the grocery stores put arrows back on the floor again because I feel so safe. Remember when they had the arrows? The lines that you couldn't stand this and you couldn't do this. Yeah, I hope they bring them back to the grocery stores because I felt so much safer by following the yellow brick road. Or the arrows. It was like the magic arrows from a Bozo show. Remember, Powell? Jimmy Jams from Arizona. Great drummer. Let me know when the pandemic has gotten serious enough to close the southern border. Until then, I'm just living a normal life. Good post. Gotta love it. Good stuff that we're getting here, folks. Some of you guys send us in as we go along. And here, I mentioned it yesterday. I'm going to mention it again. They're going to try to shut everything down again. You know it. I know it. We all know it. Election infection. It's going to be happening. You watch, folks. You watch. All right. Speaking of COVID-19 and masks, breaking news, according to the leading report, Vermont, South Carolina, Iowa, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Arizona, and Utah have banned schools from mandating masks. So these 4 states, 5 states, said no way, no more masks for the kids. Vermont, South Carolina, Iowa, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Arizona, Utah have banned schools from mandating masks. You're hearing it here, folks. It's ridiculous. I totally agree. I went to the wrong way one time. A lady said, "Hey, don't you see the arrows?" I said, I didn't see the Indians. Oh, Richard. Oh, here you go. According to Fox News, citing rising COVID cases, these U.S. hospital systems have now restrained mask mandates. Will the hospitals be bringing masks again? If the airplanes do, the hospitals will. All right. If you're going to do it anywhere, I'll give you this much. I'll give you this much. Hospitals, I agree. Put one on, save yourself if that's the case. On an airplane, maybe two. I don't know. You're so close, people sneeze next to you. I don't know. Maybe just them, if that's the case. Because if you have to fly, if you're not driving, that's the only way you're going to get there. So, interesting stuff to see what's happening as we go, folks. Now, another one, according to Fox News, North Korea allowing citizens aboard to return home for the first time since 2020, according to Fox News. This is North Korea, folks. They're finally allowing their citizens aboard to return home for the first time since 2020. That means these people are not in their homes since 2020. 3 years? They're finally letting them back in? Next to be no hospital visits. What about the idiots wearing masks when they're in the car alone? Well, yeah, like I said, Kathy, we can't help stupidities on that end. Some people, I understand, they wear masks because maybe they still feel threatened or maybe they have underlying conditions. But in your car by yourself, that I never understood. That I never understood, folks. And it's not for me to say, but look at this. According to AP, China won't require COVID-19 tests for incoming travelers in a milestone in its reopening. So now if you're going to be flying to China, there's a reason why we got this pandemic because of China. But now they're not going to test for any incoming travelers anymore going to China. Can't make this stuff up, folks. Well, we were coughing, sneezing. At some point, masks were not needed. Now, again, more bullshit. But they will be able to leave again. Yeah, there you go. Mary, Wally just booked our hotel room and our cruise so they can tell cruisers. All right, this is my friend Mary. Great seeing you at Venutis last week. Wally just booked our hotel room for our cruise, so they can tell cruisers that the week Disney has over 25,000 coming for the marathon. So Burke, early, Wally, and Mary grew in. All right, so there you go, a marathon. I've been on Disney Cruise Line once. Too many kids for me. But there you go, folks. If you're going to book 25,000 people coming for that marathon. Wow. Very, very busy, folks. Thank you, Mary, for that. All right, let's go back here and see what else we got, folks. Like I said, I'm no longer calling it COVID-19. I'm calling it election infection. I must have repeated it 3 or 4 times in this hour. And that's what it is, folks. All right, what else we got here? Trying to come up with some other quotes here. Sent in by Carrie America. Her post was, what do you think? Japan, the country of Japan, not taking in refugees, says it must look after its citizens first. Now, that's an idea. United States of America, Chicago, New York, all these states, these cities are freaking out. They're asking for help. New York is asking for help. But Japan, not taking any refugees. They're looking after their people first, like we should do here in our great country of America. I don't know. It's just a sad thing that more and more of these things keep happening. Yesterday was Happy National Red Wine Day for all you wine drinkers. Oh, God. All right, so just looking at the last thing, if we get anything more here before we continue back to the regular page. All right, here you go, folks. Imagine If remember the Twilight Zone, dee, 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 dee. And Rod Sterling would come on and say, imagine, if you will, a virus so smart that it attacks every 4 years during a presidential election. Do, 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 do. How smart. Imagine. Imagine that. Lisa Scott, a friend of mine, sent this in. We are in the midst of the longest, saddest, most inaccurate, and unsatisfying I told you so in the history of our world. It's true. It's happening. It's happening everywhere, folks. Anthony Melchiori, my very good friend and a great entertainer in the Chicagoland area. Isn't it funny how these health officials and scientists can supposedly monitor new COVID-19 virus, but they can't monitor vaccine injuries or sudden deaths? All cause morality is up across the world. It's time, people, to ask, demand answers. They can tell you when the new variants are going to be here, but they can't tell you about the vaccine injuries that people received, and they can't tell you about the sudden deaths. Very, very wise, folks. And the great Bill Maher, whether you like him or not, I like him. Speaks his mind, funny man. His show used to be called Incorrect, whatever, Impolitically Correct, I think it was called. If kids knew what they wanted to be at the age of 8, the world would be filled with cowboys and Indians. I wanted to be a pirate. Thank God nobody took me seriously and scheduled me for an eye removal and a peg leg surgery. By Bill Maher. Can't make it any more blue than that, folks. That can't make it any more than that. It's just completely crazy. In New York and Chicago, I think it's so bad with the refugees and they need so much help. Imagine what the southern border cities feel like. Constant stream of illegals pouring in. I can just imagine, Paul. I can't fathom that. Paul Mackey, we have homeless and veterans not being taken care of. I mean, seriously, Paul, we've been saying that for a long time. All the veterans, people that came home, they're not getting taken. They're not homeless people. We as Americans need to start running this politician instead of them running ours in circles. Folks, communism. Cashless society, they don't want cash anymore. Cashless society. Now they can stop every time you put your credit card. They can stop those. They can take control of those. Electric cars. They want electric cars because they can unplug and then your cars won't run because they say enough. They want to take control again. This regime is definitely making us a laughing stock in other countries. Nobody's afraid of us, folks. Nobody's afraid of us. We're the greatest country in the world at one time, the most powerful. Let's go to Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, folks, to host the very first NASA racing car. Going back to Milwaukee, hasn't been one there in 14 years. So you people into NASCAR, they're coming to Milwaukee, everybody. We want to say also prayers to the Louisiana town mandating, they're evacuating the town in Louisiana because of more wildfires. First it was Maui, no 911, no sirens. The fire hydrants didn't work. Oprah's house didn't get destroyed. Now Louisiana. We got to think, folks. We got to think. And then with all this crazy stuff going on in the world and people posting stuff or media posting different stories, People magazine puts out John Stamos is posing nude in the shower. because he's turning 60 years old. This is what needs to be told in People magazine, folks. John Stamos posing nude, maybe happy for the girls, maybe even happy for some guys that want to see it. I don't really care to see John Stamos in the nude. I don't care to see anybody nude. People magazine, John Stamos will pose in the nude. Big 60 years old. I'm going to be 61 this year. I'm going to post it. I'm going to be riding a donkey. Moshi is president. Tall Paul, vice president. Let's kick some cool ass. Paulie, God bless you, brother. I wouldn't even want that job. First of all, that's crazy. But number one, I don't know why would anybody even want that job. Trump doesn't need it. Biden didn't need it. Nobody needs it. Why do they take it? I don't know. The Wyoming government is now blaming the firefighters that were on the scene. Who knows? Patrice. There she is, my good friend Patrice. I just found out yesterday that, if you remember the great Chicago Honey Bears, well, Patrice, of course, was one of them and had a lot of her girlfriends. They're going to be making an appearance at the St. Jude's benefit for picture signing, and Patrice will have her book, buy the book, and sign it, get a picture. You can see, take pictures of the great Chicago Bear Honey Bears from 1985, the Chicago Bears. So Patrice, it's going to be fun. Stella, not sure if you read Biden administration regulations are pushing a ban of hunting, fishing, hiking. I know they just want to get everything. Egos. Yeah, I know what you're saying, brother. Oh, people beware. In the Barrington Hills location. Anybody near Barrington Hills? A couple days ago, police warned there's a live stray. You can't make this up, folks. You can't make this up. If you're in the Barrington Hills area, be on the lookout, according to the police. A stray bull, a bull we're talking about, is spotted wandering around the town. A stray bull. You know, toro. Yeah, a stray bull coming at you. Bad enough you see a cow or a coyote, but a bull with the horns? You have a red car or wearing a red outfit? Run. Stray. A stray bull in Barrington Hills. How about this, folks? Hospital in the Bronx. A woman found dead in a Bronx hospital. Supposedly, ladies and gentlemen, she was in the hospital. She's been dead for 5 days. They just found her. This is in a hospital, mind you. This woman has been dead for 5 days in the Bronx, and they just found her. Understaffing? Nobody cares? This woman is dead. That means she's been in that hospital for 5 days. They just found her? Speaking of Lake Geneva, say congratulations. Happy 50 years, the Next Door Pub in Lake Geneva. We played there a couple times. 50 years to being in business. Congratulations. Now, we were talking earlier in the show about poking. Now, here's another thing that's been happening, folks. A ding-dong ditch. Kids are still doing this. There's an app called Nextdoor, which I think every town has one to let you know what's going on in the towns. There's kids between the age of 12 and 14 are going to people's houses and ringing the doorbell and running. Ding dong ditch is happening. Well, it's probably better than going and throwing a brick through your window or robbing your car. So if you got to answer the door a couple times, if that's all the kids are doing these days is just ding dong ditch, then God bless them. Let them keep doing ding dong ditch. I smell alone a dead baby in 5. Yeah, imagine. We smell bad after 2 days of not showering. How about this poor lady dead in the hospital for 5 days? Nowadays, someone's playing ding dong ditch may get shot. Yes, you never know what crackpot is sitting behind that door. Well, you're protecting your home. You don't know who these people are anymore. I remember back in the day when we were stupid, and believe me, I'm still stupid a lot. make a lot of mistakes. But what I'm trying to say is, back in the day when we were kids, we used to do something, me and my buddy, that was horrible now. But as a kid, I don't know if you guys did it. And if you guys did, you probably ain't going to admit you did it anyway. But this was always during Halloween. You know, with the eggs and you bombing and the toilet paper, and then you used the Nair instead of shaving cream, and the kids would come to school the next day with bald because you hit them with Nair. That stuff used to happen. I'm sure that doesn't happen. It still might happen. I don't know. But when we were kids, I remember one of the so you have you and your partner. This is what we used to do as kids. You take a brown paper bag with fresh dog poo poo or inside the bag. Got to be fresh. And you light it on fire, the bag. So when they ring the doorbell, the guy comes out and he sees the fire and he stamps it out. So when he stamps it out, he's also getting dog doo-doo or poo or number 2, however you want to call it, on your shoe. In the meantime, your partner's in the back ringing the doorbell. So the guy's got to go through the house and get poo all over. That is the stupid, idiotic things that we used to do as kids. Crazy. How do we start a new mentality of respect when I'm out ill, looking for your family, look out for mine? Yeah, remember, Paul, that's how it used to be. Now, I think it might be, I mean, we know our neighbors. My wife knows everybody here. And, we have some neighbors that you can say, hey, watch our house. We're going to be out of town. It used to be that way. I don't know. It could be in your neighborhood. And if it is, God bless. If it's in your neighborhood. Oh, look who made an appearance. Mia. Hi, Mia. Hi, sweetie. How you doing? Say hello. She's shy. Anyway, if you're lucky enough to have a neighbor that you can say, hey, we're leaving town. Can you watch it? Or remember, take my mail. I'll be gone for a week. And they used to take your mail and keep it for you. And that's how we used to have it when I was in Elmwood Park. That's what we used to have it when I was in Cicero and as kids. Yeah, I don't know if they can still do that. If you do have that, then you're very fortunate you have neighbors like that. I don't think people want the responsibility anymore of doing that. Is it safe anymore? What do you think? Okay, yeah, I love you too. This is Mia. Anyway, Michael, I have a Mrs. Kravitz living across from me. I think everybody has a Mrs. Kravitz. If you don't know who Mrs. Kravitz was, she was the neighbor on Bewitched. We're always peeking through the window and seeing what's going on and rattling, telling all the other neighbors. I think everybody have. Hi, Jill. Hope you're doing well. Now they watch your house and maybe they try to get in your door. Thank you, Albert. Mo, I'm 10 years older than you. Growing up in the Northwest Side, nobody came out of the block screwing around. I also grew up in Elmwood Park. You knew that, Paul? Absolutely. It was a much different world back then, folks. Well, anyway, I want to thank you all for watching the show again today as we're coming to the end of the hour. It's the best. She texts me anytime she sees something. So there you go. So Mrs. Kravitz texted you. So it's either good or bad. She's probably watching the house for you of good things, and if you do bad things, she's going to let everybody else know too. So things like that happen, folks. The ding dong ditch. Folks, it's coming to the end of the hour, and that means it's time again for our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Our good friends from Norwich Displays, Evergreen Park, and Warrenville. That was some of the great specials we gave you. We got some more here coming, folks. Join us in the store this Saturday, September 2nd. Now, it's all 4 locations, Norwich Displays, Evergreen Park, and Warrenville, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for our Labor Day barbecue feast that they are going to be having, firing up the grill and serving hot dogs. So while you go to Norwich Displays, Evergreen Park, and Warrenville, do a little shopping and get some free hot dogs. Don't wait for the first snowfall to receive your snowblower. We're offering small engine repair tune-up at all our locations. Tune up on the single stage snowblower for $150 plus parts. Our stores will be closed at 4 p.m. on Labor Day. That's our good friends from Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local. And again, buy a $50 Ace gift card to receive $10 bonus gift card for a free 30-gallon lawn and leaf bags. They're only 2 for $5. Prepare your lawn for the fall. Ace Fall Lawn Seeds How cool is that? 3-pound bags for only $12.99. And fall mums are arriving in the store the first week of September. Check out the unique selection of fall and Halloween decor. That's our good friends from Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local. Ace is the place helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. I want to thank you all for tuning in today, folks, and I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow night we'll be at Rosario's in Roselle. Thursday, Donnie G's in Elmwood Park. Friday, the Taste of Melrose Park, Oceans Rat Pack, and yours truly, 7 to 10:30, 2 shows. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then 8 to 10 this Saturday, September Fest on the local stage, Tony Ocean, the main event band. And then Sunday, Thirsty Parrot, Lake Como, Lake Geneva, 3 to 7 with Jerry Jams, Tony Toto, Tommy Q from Mojo's Jukebox, and my sister Tanya Carrara will be joining us to be joining the band that day. Be a lot of fun, folks. And I just want to thank you all for watching. If you're not watching it during lunch, maybe watch it during the day. If you can share the show right now, I'd really appreciate it. Push the button and share it. Let everybody know about Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. And don't forget, folks, I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same station. But Friday, September 1st, back here live, the great, legendary Tom Dreesen, the opening act for Frank Sinatra for so many years. Great comic, actor. He's got a big show coming up September 17th in Lake Forest. We'll get you more details on that. And we'll be doing some special stories about the late, great Tony Bennett from the mouth of Mr. Tom Dreesen this Friday. Thank you, Tim Sheehan, for that from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. All right, guys, you guys have a great day. And please remember to buy local, shop local, keep supporting local establishments and live entertainment. And remember the great words of Ringo Starr, peace and love. We need it more than ever, folks. We need it more than ever. Be kind to everybody. Reach out to people. Because everybody needs a good help every now and then. A little smile, a little phone call, a little text, or even when you're watching this show, it shows that I appreciate the support, guys. I want you all to have a blessed day. And God bless you. Nick Sahajas, take us out.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Bye-bye, everybody. Have a